What's going on, guys? This is Jason of Auglitical. I swim through politics so you don't drown too. As always, guys, trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. Just for a real quick side note, I had to turn off social media. I woke up this morning and I just got fed up of people being so disingenuous and lying and making up nonsense out of their ass, even when things are put in their face. For example, I went at it with somebody on Twitter who said that Dana White he's always been abusive to his wife. You can see it in the video. He grabs his wife by the hair, slams her on the table, slams her face into a table, gets her on the floor and kicks her. And it's just like, where, dude? What are you talking about? Show the video, please. Of this video that no one else seen but you. Because clearly, if Dana White did anything like this, there would be nobody defending Dana White. And you can't even defend Dana White because women can do nothing wrong. And so he says, look it up yourself. Now, this person has 22,000 followers on Twitter. This is just one of the disingenuous takes that I've had the unfortunate, just unfortunately had to go through recently, and just recently rapid fire that just made me say I can't do this anymore for now. I need to get the fuck out of here, right? 22,000 followers, but lies like this, and it's like, how do people? First and foremost, how do people get a follow? It goes to show that you don't gotta be genuine. You can be a liar. You can be a straight shill. You can be a liar and have a mass following. And the mass following don't care either. Because in a just world, people would see that somebody lies like that, you would take a hit in your followers. If we lived in a just world where people weren't assholes. Or, for example, I did a video on a trans person who murdered their father and critically injured their sister. And even though they was welcomed with open arms in the family, right? They still turned out to be a murderer and psychotic. And I get a comment that says, oh, well, maybe the father had mental health issues and he didn't accept the transition. And that's the reason why, because these things wouldn't happen if there was no homophobe bigots. Even though the father literally took pictures with both the biological daughter and the trans person and said, Happy Daughter's Day to two of my lovely daughters. Everybody says that he accepted them. Had proof that he accepted them. Everybody said they don't know where this came from. Just making up shit. And I just go, you know what? Sometimes you just got to disconnect. But I'm back. I'm back. So let's get into it. We're going with Redux because whenever I want to get my bigoted news stories from, because I feel like being a little bit bigoted after disconnecting, because at this point, I guess this is what I would be no matter what I do, right? Even if I try to be fair and just, you're already labeled by these people, and if you're not labeled by these people, they'll just make up lies, right? They'll just be disingenuous. So, Japanese transgender YouTuber sparks outcry after entering woman's bathhouse. How do you pronounce that name? Guinevere? Ah, that's crazy. Popular trans popular transition popular transgender YouTuber now Wasada displaying one of his many airsoft guns. Okay, likes airsoft, nothing wrong with that. A Japanese trans-identified male YouTuber has prompted backlash after boasting of using the woman's sauna at a hotel in Yokohama last month. Now Wasada, who also uses the name Suzanne Misaki, uploaded a video to his YouTube channel. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is this up on YouTube? Is it age restricted? That is the question. And the reason why I ask this question, and of course I guarantee you that this thing is up here because clearly it is because there's a link to it. I just find it funny that I can upload a video. I want you guys to peep this. Tell me if I'm bugging out. I can upload a video about a person who was mentally deranged, following people in the train, being aggressive, right? Following people from train to train, stalking them, whatever like that, being violent, and getting what his upcomings by getting shot by the MTA workers that he was following. No video, graphic violence, no guns, no pictures, no video. That video gets age restricted. I can show a video of a mental person hanging on the side of a train platform, completely blurred out, right? Cut off the video of the person falling. No deaths, just like the first video. No deaths. No actual pictures or videos of violence. Both videos will get age restricted, right? Because YouTube does not promote violence or sexual acts, right? Oh, which is both lies. It all depends on which side it's coming from. But here's the thing. But I can upload a video of Dana White slapping his wife. Why is that not age restricted? It's almost like as though that video's out there because they don't want, they want Dana White, they want that video of Dana White to be seen. So people can say, oh yeah. Because last time I checked, is that not violence? Regarding Dana White defending himself, and that's my stance. That shit's not going to change. I do not promote or support domestic violence. I think men who hit women are shitty, but there are situations, right, where you have to defend yourself. When you gotta slam a chick on her neck for acting like, as my mother used to say, if a chick wants to act like a dude, humble her and treat her like a dude. And it's not saying being abused, it's not saying being an asshole, but if a chick is in your face attacking you, you can't always walk away. You can't always walk away. So for all the limp dick assholes out there that sit there going, oh, only a weak man would do this and you could have just walked away. I had a friend, right? He had a girl over to his house, just a fuck buddy, whatever like that. And she got used to the idea of knowing that this guy was super fucking nice to her. Wouldn't put his hands on her at all. First it started with the verbal shit, right? She started putting them down. He would tell her to leave, she wouldn't leave. She didn't want to leave. She would make excuses to come back. She got more and more comfortable with the fact that he wouldn't, not to say he should, right? But she knew he wouldn't do these things. That he wouldn't really have no pushback on that. And he dealt with it, right? She kept doing it. Eventually, the verbal shit turned into her putting her hands on her from time to time. And him just, calm down. You need to calm down, etc., etc. Her upset that the relationship between them didn't work. Eventually, she started hitting him with shit in the house. You know what he did? One day he pushed her. Get the fuck up off me. She called the cops on him in his own goddamn apartment. And you know what happened when they came? They were ready to arrest him. But luckily, he had witnesses. And best believe, me and his friends, we all threw her shit out the floor. Everything that was hers, nah, you can't come up in here no more. Don't call this nigga, none of that. Good dude, though. Good dude. But again, you can't always, this is so, okay, I'm sorry. I got a little bit sidetracked there. Yeah, this is going to be a long video. I'm going to return back to my old roots of how I used to do videos, I guess. You're getting the unfiltered shit today, I guess. Whatever. But again, why is it that a video like that should be age restricted is not age restricted? It's almost like they have it. Isn't that really weird? Because I can literally upload a video that has no pictures, no nothing, and just mentioning something. That video get age restricted. Pointing out mental health issues, that gets age restricted. Pointing out solutions in Democrat-ran cities, that gets age restricted. But showing a white man defend himself from a woman, even if it's his wife acting a fool, we'll let that one slide. Real weird. So again, I do find this funny that there's a video of a transgender going inside of a what? A sauna, and they showing that off. Or it's not age restricted. Let's see if it's age restricted, shall we?
はい、皆さんこんにちは。みさきです。今日はですね、上海にやってきました。
Oh shit! Look at that ratio! Oh no! Shit, damn! So you mean to tell me your LGBT allies didn't come and support? Your bot farm didn't come and support? Because you already know, I see this a lot when it comes down to the LGBT or the left. Their bot farms will come in and try to reinforce whatever, even if they don't watch their videos, even if they don't know nothing about them. They come and show and support and solidarity and all that other bullshit. Couldn't save this one. It seems as though anonymously people don't like this shit. God damn. Again, this is not age restricted, so let's look. It's probably not that bad, honestly. Maybe that's what it is. I can't tell what this is. They're not even in the sauna. What the hell is this nonsense? Oh, they're probably just talking about it. Okay. I just want to see a comment real quick. Thank you for contributing to give light to the hitting bass of perverted people. We are hearing you, watching you. You'll become famous, but not in a good way. Damn, it looks like as though the Japanese are kind of based. They probably going in, or I can't read any of that shit. Anyway, on December the 5th, titled "What Happened After a Former Man Took Off His Clothes and Entered the Woman's Bath." What the fuck? Wait, hold up. On December 5th, they uploaded a video to their YouTube channel titled "What Happened After a Former Man Took Off His Clothes and Entered a Woman's Bath." In the vlog, Wasada describes his experience entering the women's section of the bathhouse in highly sexualized terms. Again, why is that not age restricted? Why is that okay, YouTube? Like, just shove the bullshit in their face. And they'll just make up more bullshit as to why it doesn't violate their arbitrary, their bullshit TOS that they apply and don't apply on the fly. Oh man, as of January 4th, the video has over 2,300 dislikes compared to only 290 likes. I snuck into a woman's bath where, let me make this a little bit bigger for my grandpa eyes. I snuck into a woman's bath where women and their natural appearance gathered together, Wasada says in the video. For a former man, the woman's bath is a dangerous place because it reveals the male body. What? I'm sorry, what? As a former man, a woman's bath is a dangerous place because it reveals the male body, and if it is discovered that you are a former man, you are for all sorts of trouble. Then why would you go? He went on to call the experience paradise and said he was in boob heaven and compared women's bodies to marshmallows and peaches using Japanese automatopoeia, nailed it, to imitate the sound of jiggling. It was really a 360-degree world view of tits and tight peach-like buttocks, Wasada said. I actually went to peachy boob heaven and worshiped marshmallow tits, he added. Everyone hides them with a towel, but they're protruding, aren't they? Heaven. There are big peaches and small ones. There are peaches, there are women whose butt stick out like pears. So this person is a fucking degenerate. Wasada further details his experience in the woman's public bath in his Instagram account, where he describes himself as someone who loves spending money on plastic surgery, body modification, and beauty and promise tips on bust enhancement. That's okay. Thanks to my grandmother, my tension was relieved. Go to the public bath naked with a towel. And if this is a men's bath, you will be lustful. I wonder if I'll do it. And so on. While doing delusions that don't care, I wash my body into the bathtub. Thanks to that, the skin becomes smooth and moist. I've seen mountains of Perun tits. Nice boobs, modest boobs, sorry boobs? What? As an impression that I saw a lot of breasts, even my modest boobs in a woman's bath. I'm relieved that it seems to work. Okay. In a December 4 post, Wasada stated this was not his first time entering a woman's public bath, and again made sexual comments about the naked body of woman he saw in the bathhouse. Wasada excitedly compared women's breasts to a buffet, depicting all scenes as all you can do feel booze while your heart is pounding. Wasada has made repeated references to breasts in his videos and social media posts. In June 2021, Wasada tweeted, "I love girls, I love boob. If you have a sex change, have breast augmentation, and work hard on your clothes, hairstyles, voice, and makeup to look like a woman, you'll be recognized as a woman, and that's okay." So this is the perfect example of something that a lot of people, including myself, says that the thing is they like they're so captivated by women that and what's the cheapest what's the quickest form of flattery, right? Imitation, right? So again, this whole thing, right? A lot of them are not doing it because they're genuinely about that life. A lot of them are doing it because they just think it's pretty. They just, oh, I like that. I want to imitate that. That's what I want. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people kind of do become that because they do like that. But again, at the end of the tunnel here, a lot of them are doing it because they're perverts, and this is how they get access to women. Scary stuff, but true. Again, if you are trans and you decide to transition and all of that stuff, and you actually got skin in the game, and that's how you live your life, and you're okay with your fucking choices, who the hell can tell you otherwise? Live your life, more power to you, right? But for the ones who, oh, I'm trans now, right? They get the breast augmentation, but they got fully working penises, end up getting chicks pregnant, going into prisons, getting chicks pregnant. Come on, man, stop it. Many commenters responded negatively to Wasada Sana's video, with some asserting that Wasada posed a threat to the women in the facility. Well, it's true. It's true. We can say that it's true. That is true. Women are vulnerable. The replies which received the most likes and response were ones which strongly condemned Wasada's behavior. If you're a woman at heart, don't you understand that if you say things like this to a woman, it's scary and disgusting? I'm not discriminatory, and I participated in the Pride Parade in the past. But when I saw this video, I honestly thought it was really disgusting. LGBT plus just lost its supporters. Oh, you're just realizing that? A lot of people who are LGBT don't support the LGBT community. It's kind of like the black people who don't really care about Black Lives Matter. Because if you ask a black person in the hood, not any of the woke ones, it's funny. You go to the hood and you speak to a black person, they're actually naturally conservative. But then if you mention Trump, a lot of times they'll get triggered. But for the most part, they really only care about them and theirs. They don't care about nobody else. It's conservative to a fault, right? But the funny thing is, you ask them about Black Lives Matter, they're gonna tell you what the fuck they got to do with me. Like, seriously, if you a lot of times that they're having like a lot of times that you see them just hanging out having conversations, whenever they run into a deeper conversation, you should listen to them sometimes if you got any black friends, you goddamn racist. This is a person you don't want your wife or daughter to encounter in a hot spring or toilet, said another commenter. Other responses from women expressed the view that they would not want to enter a public bath if they knew men would be present and watching them. Some replied that Wasada's behavior was more like a man than that of a woman. Wonder why. With one respondent labeling him a man who is fascinated by women's bodies and has changed his bodies beyond his hobby of cross-dressing. Isn't that what the hell I just said? I literally just said that before. Yeah, same brain. Japanese news outlets reported on Wasada's videos, and a lawyer with Yahoo News about the incident. When questioned about the legality of the situation, attorney Ao Misaki, a member of the Tokyo Bar Association, stated that it could present a legal issue and cited laws related to trespassing with voyeuristic intent and public exposure. Yes, a lot of them do this. A lot of them become trans because they get off on the idea of freaking people out. Some of them, like Mulvaney, whatever the fuck it is, gets off on the idea of eyes being on them, even if it's not in a good light. It's that attention seeking shit. Following the public outcry, Wasada uploaded a video on December 20 responding to critics. Rather than apologizing for his behavior, Wasada instead claimed that the video was intended for male viewers, referred to himself as a pervert, and stated that he could not promise he would refrain from making similar comments about women in the future. Well, what? Why was the video intended for male viewers? Bro, I'm okay. Listen. Unless that shit is an adult video or a porno, bro, would not be comfortable with a person going inside of a woman's space, right? I would not be comfortable watching. Listen, okay, you know what? Let me keep it real with you guys. One of my favorite genres of porn comes from the Asian market. It's called Chikan, right? Chikan is when a girl is on a train and you just got a bunch of dudes groping the fuck out of them, fucking them, all of that shit, right? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, right? I believe in equality, so I've actually seen reverse of that. And listen, it's all the same for me at the point. It's out of this world. It's extreme, and you know sometimes that's what I like to watch. It's something that I just go, oh, that's different. Seen it when I first saw it the first time, I was like, whoa, that's different. But here's the thing. That's fantasy. That is fantasy. I would never be okay with a situation, something like this, right? Or something like a person going inside of a public area for women, a women's space, right? Unbeknownst to them, and he's recording and he's being a pervert. That's actually disgusting. That's actually disgusting. So you sitting there saying that this video is intended for male viewers. Who are you bringing into this? Other degenerates? But hey, at least he said that he's not gonna change from making similar comments about women in the future. Listen, honestly, that's nothing. I don't need that doesn't even matter if you make comments about. You can make all the comments about women all you want, whether you be a guy, a girl, trans, whatever. Listen, that's just how you are, right? But when you're doing a video like that, which you shouldn't be doing in the goddamn first place, and you're basically treating women as objects. Remember when women said, "Don't treat us like a piece of meat"? Hello? A Japanese feminist who campaigns against gender self-identification policies explained to Redux that because bathhouses are segregated according to sex, women would not expect men to be permitted to enter the women's area. Haruka, speaking under the condition of anonymity, said that despite the law surrounding sex segregation, there have been documented cases of men gaining access to those women's baths under false pretenses. Most of those cases resulted in an arrest. Haruka added that she believes some women would refuse to use public bath facilities if they knew that men who identified as transgender were being granted entrance, and especially if they were aware that such men were sexually attracted to women. Haruka explained that in Japan, public bathhouses are not considered recreational, but are a part of daily life. Gender ideology appears to now be colliding with Japan's centuries-long tradition of public bathing and creating legal confusion. While the areas are presumed to be segregated based on sex, yes, the West is infecting the world with its policies. This is the reason why we have video games now like Street Fighter putting up a I forgot what the character from Fifth Element, a trans character called Eternity, right? Inside of the battle hub, right? And literally sitting there talking about we need to treat trans people just as we treat everybody else. Like that has anything to do with Street Fighter. Nobody's against transgender people. Just don't force it down people's throat, right? People don't want to see this. This is the reason why the comic book industry is dying compared to the manga industry. Because the manga industry can make a trans character. If you probably never even heard of Ranma 1.5. Ranma 1.5 was a martial arts manga about a boy who every time he sneezes, I believe, turns into a girl. Yeah, he was the real transgender. Transgender. And you know what? The manga was pretty damn dope because it wasn't about, oh, this is his identity and all of this other shit. It was like, what would it, you know what I'm saying? It was completely different. Now we got pregnant Joker and all this other bullshit. But yeah, the Western politics and all of this shit is poisoning the world. While the areas are presumed to be segregated based on sex, the introduction of legal document revision means that males like Wasada who change their gender marker to female are technically able to access the facilities. The Japanese government currently requires sex reassignment surgery in order for individuals to alter sex markers on official documents, though activists are pushing for reforms which would allow for self-identification on the basis of a subjective gender identity with no medical transition. So people without skin in the game. So when you have a dude named Anthony, but then he comes in the next day in a skirt, right? Penis longer than the skirt, full beard, fake prosthetic Z titties like that fucking weirdo in Canada. Talk about it's a man, duh. We're supposed to sit there and yes, you are now a woman. All the memories I have of you before, we're just gonna delete those like a fucking computer. You are now a woman. Last fall, Redux reported that several Japanese women universities had begun accepting men who self-declare transgender status as students. Japan's Western University was the largest institution to announce it would be adopting a self-identification policy. The measure will be implemented at the start of 2024, despite half of the female students currently enrolled expressing opposition or hesitation. And that's the way it starts. It only takes one. It only takes one to say we don't care, because it's more about the message. It's more about acceptance. It's more about not being a bad person. I don't care that this bothers you and this can harm you and this puts you in harm's way. I gotta make people feel good. That's what it is. I gotta make people feel good. I don't care if I offend 90% of the student body. More than 90, right? More than 90. I don't care if we offend over more than 90%. I don't care if it's the main base. It's all about the message. In response to the female students' concerns, JWU released a diversity declaration last June outlining how administrators intended to work towards convincing female students to change their views on gender ideology. Who the fuck are you to... Convincing female students to change their views on gender ideology, meaning they don't buy it. Why don't they buy it? Because people know what the fuck they are. It's too late to trick them. Unlike the United States, where you got these kids at young ages being taught that there's 53 something genders, more genders than Generation 1 Pokemon, and a more traditional xenophobic place like Japan, because let's be honest there, it's Japan. Love it or hate it, it is what it is. They know the difference between man and women. Oh, this is crazy. According to the statement, female students at Japan's who express skepticism on the topic of gender identity may be asked to speak with gender specialist counselors in order to convince them that men who identify as transgender are female. You know how disgusting this shit sounds, bro. Policies allowing for men to self-identify into women, only academic institutions come in the wake of internally publicized scandals that saw top universities intentionally lowering women's entrance exam scores for years to deny them admission on the basis of their sex. International rankings, including those from the World... Why is this here? International rankings, including those from the World Economic Forum, consistently place Japan as one of the most unequal countries of the developed world in terms of political representation and economic opportunities for... Man, fuck the World Economic Forum, these globalistic assholes. Why do you think... Man, I can go off on that. I'm not gonna do that because that'd be another 7-8 minutes. Sexual harassments, us skirting, and public groping are so prevalent in the nation that advertisement go public transportation, chican, like the thing I just said, can be seen warning passengers to be on alert for sexually motivated crimes, and most major railways offer some form of specially designated women-only spaces or train cars. Yes, so in Japan, there are trains that are literally just for women because there's a lot of perverted men out there. Yes, yes, it is like that. Yes, it is. It's messed up. It is messed up. I don't support it. Porn's nice though, but I don't support it in real life. There's a difference between fantasy and the real world. Like, that's just how it is. You will not see me. You will not see me. Hi guys, this is Jason here, and you're going into the train and looking. It's a heaven of boobs and butts and all of this stuff. Like, no, you won't see me on YouTube with a non age restricted video talking about shit like that. No. Then again, they wouldn't even. I wouldn't be able to get away with no shit like that. I'm black. You crazy? They'll be more fearful of me than Godzilla. In addition, voyeurism, pornography has been increasing in popularity in recent years, motivating men to install cameras in women's spaces of undress in order to film them unaware. And again, all of that is disgusting. Women should be able to be comfortable in the spaces provided for them. Women should be comfortable anywhere, to be honest, right? And it's fucked up that there's assholes like that. And yes, Japan does have a pervert problem. I believe, what is it? China's like in the Guinness Book of World Records, China's like the horniest race or some shit. You know, I don't know too much about Japan. I know that they have a birthing problem over there, right? A lot of herbivore men, which is the first MGTOW. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think. You know, do you think that maybe this wouldn't be a problem if there just wasn't homophobic bigots in the world? You know, or maybe you think that what is it? Wasabi? What is it? Wasada, soy sauce, should be allowed in these spaces because they're a woman now. Would you be okay if your daughter came home and had a talk with a gender specialist person who convinced them that men are women? Let me know in the comments. But I'm gonna end it here before I lose my goddamn mind, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.